We're live. We're live. We're live.
What up?
Like.
What up? What up? What up? You know, we've all got so much to do, but there's some stuff that we have to do matters more than others. Sometimes we have to use this word. Oh, it's such a big word. The word is focus. Oh, I don't want to focus, but you have to. And for those of you who understand that, we're going to talk today about how do you do it? In a world filled with distractions, how do you focus?
How do you focus? We're going to talk about it back in the
I thought I had sprayed you. Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am LisaSantiagoMcNeilll.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning, this thoughtful Tuesday. I'm grateful for those of you who decided to join us this morning. And This is good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Tara. This is the day to talk about how do you focus. Now, there are lots of ways to focus, but I have to say, what you said just a moment ago, we got so much to focus on. That's part of the reason why we have difficulty focusing. Good morning, Sister Gwen. We have difficulty focusing because we are often trying to focus on something other than what we're doing.
Yes, we are. Case in point. You're working, but thinking about spending time with family.
Or spending time with family and thinking about something else.
Or you're on this task, anticipating the next task.
Absolutely. Good
morning,
morning,
we got great
Ava.
people in the room. We got
Good
Sheila
morning,
in the room
Judy.
today. Got Tara in the room. Got Sister Gwendolyn in the room. Miss Phyllis in the room. We got the Judy Floyd, my big sister. And we got our neighbor, Miss Ava Carter in the room. Ava, Judy, Miss Phyllis, how do you focus in a world filled with distractions? How do you do it? Gwendolyn, Tara, how do you do it? Sheila got to teach us something. How can you do it?
Focus, for me, requires identifying at least a few of the things that I need to focus on. Why a few of the things? You can only focus on one thing at a time. Well, I identify a few of the things that I want to give my focus to, and then identify how much time I want to allocate to focus on each thing. Then choose that thing, set that time, begin that focus. And as my mind runs away, as it often will, I remind it, you've got 20 minutes on this. You've got an hour on this. Focus on this so that we can get the best out of this before moving on to the next.
I think that's right. I think that makes sense. But there's another factor I think that messes with our focus. And the factor is two words: boredom and excitement. The things that we can get excited about, we find it easier to focus on.
Absolutely.
And the tasks that we find boring, it's much more difficult to focus on.
Well, I think there's a remedy for that as well.
Can't wait to hear it.
I think, well, at least for me, the remedy is if there is something that I am just excited to focus on, can't help it, then that becomes the prize-winning focus.
The thing you do after.
That means that I can't focus on that until I focus on this, and this. And then I get to focus on that. Does that make sense? So it becomes sort of the benefit. Hey, Antonobi. Hey, Sister Birdie. Good morning, Brother Usama. It becomes the goal focus or the award focus or the reward focus.
There was a very popular book written in the 90s called Eat That Frog by a guy named Brian Tracy. And the way Eat That Frog was, if you have to eat a frog, it's not very attractive.
Eat it first.
If you don't like it, the idea of eating the frog, you don't want to have to look at it all day. You don't want to have to spend time thinking about having to do it. Just eat the frog. And he equates that to your tasks, that important task that's unpleasant for you to do, but it's important to do. Just eat that frog first, okay? The one that you don't looking for, the one that you gotta do that you ain't wanting to do. Don't look at it all day. Just eat it.
That's right. My manager, Lisa Richardson, used to have that on her closing, on her mail closing. Eat the frog. Yeah, on her email closing. Yeah, just eat the frog first. And it is honestly a way to really find your focus, because it's like, okay, I'm going to do this thing and get it done and get it over with. And I'm going to commit myself to this before I get to do anything else.
Y'all forgive me for eating live. I'm guessing that some of you guys have had meals while we're on live too, but I got a hot day. 10 o'clock, I got my first appointment. I got a hot day ahead of me, so I'm ready. I need to get some food in my system. Ava, Judy, Sheila, we haven't talked to you guys since last week. How was your weekend as well? We traveled this weekend to Ocean City, Maryland, where Dr. LisaSantiagoMcNeilll delivered an amazing keynote. So Aunt Shinobi was there. She can tell you about it.
Ava says, I rarely focus on one thing, but I prioritize everything. I call my lack of focus squirrel moments. I procrastinate on the things I don't want to do.
Isn't that the case?
Yeah, that's all.
We procrastinate on the things that we don't want to do. So much of the winning, though, happens there.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Sometimes procrastination is cloaked under a veil of perfectionism. And I am telling you that I have had to coach people through that more often than not. Because in all honesty, no, I want to get it right. I want to get it right. I want to get it right. Well, you can get it right. Sometimes you have to get it done first and then determine how much right you want to apply to it.
And even the moment you get everything perfect, the first person that you talk to about it,
they point something out.
And you'll discover something that you could not have found out in any other way
than getting it done.
You won't even learn what you need to do. That's why I find the folly of these people that pay a lot of money to get a business plan built for them before they get a paying client. Now, if they've already gotten a paying client, that's different. Okay, they've already got proof of concept. But people who come up with these extravagant and expensive business plans before they get a paying client, I find folly in that because they don't even know if it's going to work yet.
So, Dr. Deborah, how do you focus? Antinobi, how do you focus? Sister Judy, how do you focus? What do you do? Sheila said, I was in New Orleans last week. Yesterday, I attended a huge fundraiser of the Grandover. So I took the morning off to vote and organize my calendar for November. That's how you focus. I like it. Find pockets of time and organize your calendar. So many of the things that I get to focus on require more than just focus. They require a muse. So from a creativity standpoint, I kind of have to conjure the. No, I've learned be in the mood used to be the fallback. I'm not in the mood to do that. That's why I don't get to do that. But I've learned how to conjure the muse, so that I can better focus on what I'm doing. Dr. Deborah says, I tend to have more than one thing on my mind at a time, although I am working at incorporating time blocking into my day. Time blocking does help. Judy says, we traveled to Virginia to watch our granddaughter march with the band. Proud grandparents. That's what you did this weekend? Yes.
Yeah, we traveled through Virginia this weekend twice. Craig gonna get all of us. All of us going back and forth through Virginia, probably right past his city, Richmond. No one shouted him out.
Good morning, Sister Jennifer. How do you focus?
How do you focus? You know, I found an interesting study. This was a long time ago, where they took a classified section of a newspaper. You got all these different advertisements and job placements and furniture being sold in the classified section. And then they circled one of the ads, okay, with a magic marker. And they tell the test people to look at it, okay, to look at it. Just look at it for a while. And then they take it away and put these people, they ask them, what did you see on the page? And a lot of them can recall the ad that was circled, okay? Those same, and anything else? No, not really. But those same people that could only recall what was circled, what they chose to focus on, those same people, when put under hypnosis, can recall the whole page. Because there's a thought that everything you see and hear is recorded. All of it. Even if the stuff that you don't want to. Everything that you see and hear is recorded into your subconscious mind.
Absolutely.
And it's all vying for your attention. Wow. So it's hard to focus then, right? With all that stuff in our heads. You can.
I think that we can focus when we choose to focus. There are some areas that are easier to focus, areas that bring us joy, areas that have more gratification associated with them. Focusing on the upcoming vacation can sometimes be distracting from what you're working on. Sister Birdie says, I focus on the most important first. Okay.
Even that is a skill, Sister Birdie, because determining what's the most important is a moving target.
Absolutely.
Dr. Deborah said, that's interesting, Brian.
And Judy says, the older I get, I notice that focusing has become more difficult.
I want to just say, Dr. Deborah, I have a lot of these case studies and psychology studies in my head because when I was in school at AIT in the military, 9 months I was there, I had 2 magazine subscriptions that no other soldiers had, okay? And they gave me grief about it because I was super nerd. But I had a subscription to Black Enterprise magazine, and I had a subscription to Psychology Today magazine. And I would have my Black Enterprise and Psychology Today magazine with me when I went out someplace because I would have time. What kind of a soldier subscribes to Black Enterprise and Psychology Today? Me did.
Thank you, Dr. Deborah. She says, Dr. Lisa, I love that black and white. Well, thank you. Dr. Beverly, Grand Rising to you. She says, Grand Rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family. Calendar, yes. However, focus requires consistency and discipline.
Amen and amen.
And 2 cousin words that will take you places you have always wanted to go. How you focus, I have to first check out the atmosphere and clear my surroundings, making a list because I have to wash clothes and I'm trying to work on something. I am done. Amen.
No, you're not done. Those words that you highlighted are amazing. I'm picking up my book. If one of those words is not in my list of the 9 most important words, they should be, because I know I have discipline in here. But I don't have consistency as one of the most important words. Discipline is number 6. So my next iteration will have the word consistency in it because those words have more to do with your happiness or sadness than anything else. Consistency has more to do with your leadership skills, your leadership over yourself and others around you. Consistency matters a lot. And people can expect, because of the way you have performed before, how you're going to perform again or how you're going to respond to something. That is a leadership trait, consistency and discipline. Thank you for lifting it up. And I'm looking at this resource book here, 932, the 9 most important words, the 3 most important skills, and the 2 most important questions. The word discipline is listed as the 6th most important word in this book.
Judy says, and maybe that's it, Lisa. I choose not to focus on certain things because they're not as important. That can happen. That can definitely happen. William Brown, good morning to you. Happier today. And how do you focus?
What a great topic. We're getting great submissions already. How do you choose? How do you choose? That's the right way. How do you choose to focus? Because people have highlighted already some stuff. I really want your input. Please help us.
How do you focus? What do you put first, second, and third? Or how do you maintain your focus? Do you ever allow yourself to go off the focus? When you're focusing on something, how do you keep yourself on focus or on task?
I wonder how much maturity matters. Like the more mature we get, the more we're able to focus. Does that factor in? The older we get, we're better at, or even less good at focus the older we get. I wonder if age and maturity factors in.
Absolutely. I think
you think it does.
I think it does. I think depending on what the focus is. I think there are some things at a certain age, there are some things that you just don't want to focus on. I don't care nothing about that. I don't want to focus on it. And there are other things that you see the need to focus on.
That's interesting.
And as I think about it, I think about how our eyes work. We have less focus in certain things as we age. We're not able to see certain things, and we can see other things. Like from far away, I can read that whole thing. I have always had challenges with my vision, but now I can read that, which I probably could not read it from sitting here before.
Right. But live your dream, do what you love, cherish every moment, be brave. That
yeah. And now things that are close is more difficult. Brian, as much as you talk about what we need to do to close the sale, you're very consistent at what you say and how you teach.
Right.
You and Dr. Lisa is so consistent with us. How could you forget that word?
You're right. I am very consistent about what I talk about, what I want to talk about, and how I talk about it, because, and this is lifted up somewhere earlier today, because I love it. Because I love it. It's easier for me to be consistent in things that I love. Okay. But thank you for highlighting that, Dr. Beverly. Dr. Deborah says,
although I usually like something playing in the background, I found that when I really need to focus, it's better when I am in silence. That's interesting.
Really, it's interesting because that also changes over time. I used to like to read to smooth music in the background, but as I've gotten older, I don't need the background music or want it anymore.
That's all very interesting because I focus better when I have talk radio in the background versus music.
Interesting. So this is a very, very individualized thing. How do you choose to focus?
Ernest said, "Hey y'all, I'm at a dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Good afternoon. Amen. Good morning, LaTanya Blackman.
Well, we got great guests today.
Sister Sheila, thank you for joining us this morning. She said, I create and keep my boundaries to focus.
Okay.
A few things I allow to break my focus. Example, I have plans to complete some things today, but my granddaughter wants me to go to her school trunk or treat. Now my projects be damned. That's right. You have
because something else came.
Something of more importance can prioritize that. Mm-hmm. That's interesting about the creating and keeping boundaries, because that's a challenge that I have. It's a challenge that I have consistently. Miss Phyllis says, is it reading or we know what it says already?
I don't know. When you were talking about how you like to hear some talk radio in the background, I think, when we're reading, because I said I used to like to read the music, but now I don't.
No, I think she was talking about my sign.
Oh, okay.
Is it reading my sign or know what it already says? So,
oh yeah,
both things could be true, but I'm talking about actually being able to visually see the letters. So I don't think I could. Tara says surrounding environments is a must. The temperature, the lighting has to be conducive. Absolutely.
Really, Tara, you one of those people that the mood, the light,
absolutely.
The temperature has to be right.
Absolutely.
For you to function.
For me to fully function optimally. Oh,
really? You
temperature,
too?
venue, energy in the space. Those things are so important. Ava says, I tell you what, if it affects my finances, it has my full attention and focus. When I'm working on anything important, I need background music. Okay.
Interesting. Now, Ava, you said, I tell you what, if it affects my finances, it has my full attention and focus. Really? And then I want to ask, does that really true all the time? You know, because as entrepreneurs, as full-time entrepreneurs, I know for me, I'm speaking just for myself here. Sometimes money's the primary motivator to act, and sometimes it's not. Okay. Sometimes the community is a bigger motivating factor than the money. Okay. Sometimes the fun of the thing might be more motivating than them, or the convenience of it might be more motivating. Now, there are times when, damn everything else, money's the current motivator. I need the money, so money's the motivator, but not all the time. I wonder what you say to that, Ava.
Miss Phyllis says, your sign. Yes, she was talking about the sign. Absolutely. Brother William says, same, Dr. Deborah. My focus is now more about what I'm willing to ignore.
Interesting.
So that I can do what I want to do.
What I'm willing to ignore.
Miss Phyllis says, great, Lisa. My vision seems to get better at times, LOL. There are times I can see better without my glasses. Go figure.
I got a mother in there just like that. If she really wants to see something, she takes her glasses off.
Absolutely.
It's interesting to see. She wear her glasses, but if she really want to see, she'll take them off.
Ernest says, but for real, how do I focus? Music in the background, preferably instrumentals. I love that environment because working with hundreds of employees and 15 different languages, I have to be creative to drown out the background noise. FYI, we Black people are not the loudest culture, not even close.
Now, Ernest, you would know that because he's worldly. He's lived in other countries with an S, okay, as well as the U.S. He would know. Interesting thing. We had a long drive coming back from Ocean City, Maryland. And I'm driving, and dusk has come and gone. It's getting into the evening, and I'm tired. My legs are sore. But there's a lot of traffic coming into the city, a lot of traffic. So it required focus. Okay. And there's a lot of people driving slow in the far left-hand lane. There's a lot of people trying to speed when you can't. There was a lot going on, and it required the driver to be focused. And I was focused, but you know what I noticed? I was focused better when I was singing along to whatever was on the radio. If it was a song that I could sing along to, I was singing along, and Lisa was too. We were singing along to the songs on the radio as I focused. My focus was better. Is it because of the distraction of the song? Is that it? Or I don't know. But I was able to focus better as I was able to sing along.
Guess what you can't sing along with?
What?
Jazz.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. It doesn't have any words.
They do too. There's lots of jazz songs, and you love them.
Not the ones that don't have words.
Anita Baker, you love her.
She has words, and she just barely slipped in.
Sade, you love her.
I do not like Sade.
You sing along to every song.
That's because she got a couple that I like and the world likes.
No, every
well.
song.
No, not
you sing along to every song.
Sade got a whole bunch of songs, and I don't like all of them.
You sing along to everything.
She sounds like she's getting ready.
That's
to go
just
to sleep.
2. Okay, George Benson.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, but if the songs come on, you sing along.
I don't know who that is.
But you sing along to it. They say
jazz without lyrics
is
the Birds.
Whatever. She'll say that out of her mouth, y'all, but I'm telling you, she demonstrates otherwise. She'll say she don't like jazz.
I don't know. I love making up words to jazz songs. I scat, and all of that.
That's why I love Anita Baker.
Ride with me.
Anita Baker, especially every song. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That makes me as irritated as I could possibly get.
I love when she does that. My pretty sweet. I love all of that. Love it.
Dr. Deborah said, have you ever been driving and looked up and didn't remember driving there? Oh, yes.
Which is dangerous.
Absolutely.
Vicky Linnell Evans, I'm with you, my sister.
How can you not like Sade?
She does. Great. She does like her. She say she don't, but she do. Okay. Phyllis George Benson, you don't know. She knows his songs, but she might not know his name. Dr. Deborah says, oh yeah, we read that.
Ava, thank you. She says, Lisa, I'm with you.
Lisa, you with her on what, Ava? On what? What, Ava?
If it doesn't have words, I don't want to hear it.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's what it makes.
Because if Rise by Herb Alpert come on, there's no words in that, but you love it.
What?
Rise by Alexa, play Rise by Herb Alpert. Oh my
God, I didn't know what you were doing. Where are you looking?
I missed something.
Oh, I thought it was over there.
Can you say it again?
He's over there. Alexa, play Rise by Herb Alpert.
I don't know.
Rise by Herb Alpert on Amazon Music.
You know that?
Of course.
You like
know
it?
That. Yes, but
Alexa off. Exactly.
No,
there's no
like
words
that.
In that, but you do like it. There are lots and lots of examples.
You know what's good about that? And I'll tell you what's good about that is every one of those notes became a word because of how frequently it was brought into the world and into the.
Oh my God!
LaTanya said, "I started talking LOL." Yeah, I know. We didn't mean to trigger her.
She's sensitive like
she's
that.
She's nosy
on the phone. Anything. She's sensitive like that.
Miss Phyllis says some songs turn into jazz songs, so they do have words that you hum to. Exactly, Miss Phyllis. Thank you.
Help her, Vicky Linnell Evans.
She says the greatest love of all
by George Benson.
He did it before Whitney Houston. Yep. Well, I like Whitney's version.
You like George's better. Okay.
It has no words.
It does too. Every single word that Whitney sings, he's singing it. Oh my God. Well, and there's another guy who does it too. The guy that does it in the movie Cooley High. That's not George Benson in Cooley High. It's another guy, but he does a great job in it in the movie Cooley High. I don't even think you've seen Cooley High yet.
I saw Cooley High.
With me?
No, before. LaTanya said, yeah, she knows. Gaby said, give me some soca and reggae, and I'm going to drive past the house and end up in Florida. I know that's right.
Ava. Yes, I love soca. We love reggae.
The greatest love of all by George Benson has words. Good. I like Whitney's version.
The question of the day is,
how
do you focus? Now, I appreciate those of you who say things like when it comes time to focus or when it comes to do with my money. I appreciate you and I believe you. But the point about choosing to focus, that's where I'm hung up at this morning.
Well, when we choose to focus?
Yeah, like for example, you have complete control of your day. Let's say you have a day when you don't have clients on the calendar, but you have projects that you want to work on. How do you decide to focus on what?
That's the most difficult.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the most difficult because I often have difficulty setting those boundaries to maintain my focus. So I set them for smaller amounts of time or in times that I know nobody else wants that time, which is difficult for me because I'm a morning person and most people want to bother you in the morning. And in the evening is often when I can just stay by myself. Nobody's going to, I make sure everything's done that needs to be done in the house. And then I can just stay by myself and do it. But then I usually don't have the energy for it unless I plan for it, meaning that I slept early.
And what you said is the point. We start off today. How do you say focus in a world filled with distractions? Now you have all that stuff. You're a morning person, but people want to pull on you in the mornings too. But you wish you could. Also, not only do you have to run a business, but you have to run projects, you have all these clients. Then you got a husband who pulls on you too, who needs you to support him and his stuff, which can be a distraction to you.
That's right. Uzama says, Dr. Lisa, do you like Jonathan Butler?
She does.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Yes, you have.
Who is he? What does he do?
He's a singer. If we play some of his stuff, you will love it, okay? Because you know his music. You just don't know his name, okay?
Right, that's what I'm saying. What's the music?
Do I need to have girl play it again?
Or something. I like, if you're saying that I like it, then I don't like it.
Which Jonathan Butler should I play for Lisa?
Miss Phyllis says, sometimes listen to smooth jazz, but I keep up with my calendar. Okay. Mm-hmm. My greatest time to focus from from Vicki Linnell Evans is 2 a.m. I've been up since then. Yeah, for me, it's 4 a.m. But the challenge with that, if I get up at 4 a.m. and I stay up straight through, then my first client is
they don't get your best.
Not going to get my best. So that's the challenge. I have to make sure that I'm mindful of my calendar when I do that.
Latanya says sometimes I have to
mute messages and go through them in the evening.
Constantly.
I have to do that
constantly.
But I'm going to tell you,
do not disturb and mute constantly, off and on. All
it's
day.
a challenge. It's a challenge because I personally would just mute my messages, mute my phone, mute everything. But then Brian will track me down in the house with Alexa. If I'm not answering my phone.
If you can't say her name, baby.
Right. I'm sorry. Alexa off. He'll track me down in the house to find where I am if I don't have the phone on. So my personal time is from 6 a.m. until 8:15 a.m. And I feel like it is I feel like sometimes it can be cumbersome.
Okay.
Because it may not look like I'm doing anything in that time.
To who?
To the people watching.
Like who?
So it may not look like I'm doing anything. I may just be sitting there. I may be in my head. I may be thinking. I may be just coming back from a walk trying to capture my thoughts.
No one is watching you. Not then. That's in your head.
You are not in my head.
You saying it may look like I'm doing nothing to the people watching. Who's watching you then?
You.
I'm not watching you then. I'm doing my thing.
Okay. Miss Phyllis said, Latanya said, yes, the whole husband. Exactly. And thank you.
Wait a minute. She says what?
Yes. The whole husband.
What are you trying to say, Latanya? But anyway.
Miss Phyllis said, I can get up at 4 a.m. and do my bills and other things, but by 9, 10, I'm done.
Yes.
Amen.
But we don't have that option to be done by 9, 10 because at 9, we got to get hot.
Sister Sheila said, choosing to focus. That's what I do when I serve as a trustee of my church. I have a small amount of time to count a lot of money, and it has to be right. Otherwise, all the trustees are delayed leaving church and making the bank drop. I've got to focus with that responsibility. I hate when others don't focus and make errors.
Amen.
So Ernest is laughing because Brian be watching LOL. So here's the thing. I leave the house to go for my walk. When I come back from my walk, where I've been talking to God, talking with the animals, focusing on what I feel for the day or whatever, I come back and I sit down in the corner of the kitchen.
Yes.
And I begin a brain dump.
She's sitting in her chair.
I capture my bunny chronicles. I sit in a chair. I do not allow myself to scroll Facebook. I am literally there for me time. And when I am sitting there, I also don't bring up the messenger. I don't answer any text messages or anything else. And however, when I am in the middle of that, I will get a voice over the kitchen speaker.
Sometimes.
Or a text message. Anytime matters. Anytime. Mm-hmm. Because I can't get back to what I was thinking, doing, experiencing when I'm taken out of it.
I get you.
So it's difficult to find and set the boundaries for that focus unless I just sit outside. If I sit outside and just don't come home or sit in the car, which you don't seem to understand the benefit of sitting in that mobile office. I
think the car is the most comfortable seat in the house. But in the gazebo, let's catch up here because I want to go back to what you said, but I want to catch up too. Dr. Deborah says,
sometimes I have to tell my family that I have clients. It's the only thing they respect.
Then I can focus on grant projects without interruption.
Mm-hmm.
That's a key. The things that they can respect. And I will say this, it's very easy for your friends and family and loved ones to unwittingly, they don't do it on purpose, to unwittingly not respect your time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they'll pull on your time. Can you give me a ride? Can you pick me up? Okay, They're not on purpose trying to be disrespectful to your time, but they are. Vicky Linnell Evans says, I can multitask.
Like right now, I'm listening to you and reading, answering my emails. Absolutely. Because it's an ancillary multitask. A lot of times people think that we can't multitask. But what we're doing is actually
her head to me thinking, because I say that.
But what you're actually doing is interweaving what you're doing with other things. You're not doing them at the same time. That book that was written by a man.
That One Thing by Herb Keller. He proves we can't multitask.
Okay, and I prove that we can. I've proven it over and over again. The mother that is reaching out and grabbing the crying baby while she is cooking.
And on the phone at the same time.
Phone at the same time. Those are multiple tasks.
Are any of those tasks being done well?
Yes, absolutely. You've eaten that dinner and it was good. You've seen that baby stop crying and he did. That's right, Vicky. Please tell us.
Ernest says brain dumps are a must. If more people did that without clutter or other responsibilities, productivity would increase. We was in a class recently, but Dave was talking about 15 minutes a morning, just dump, because a lot of amazing ideas came to you during the night. And when you first wake up, just start writing. She said, write 3 pages. She didn't say 15 minutes. She says, write 3 pages of stuff. Just dump. Because some of that stuff will be an amazing idea that you only got while you was in your subconscious state. I know what you meant, brain. He says, I meant brain dump. But Brian dumps too. That's funny. Uzama says, Brian, she probably heard Sarah. Yeah, she loves Sarah. Sarah. Is that the song you talking about, Sarah Smile? Absolutely. We can see now, Vicky, you coming across, Vicky, as if you really believe it.
We do. We do and we can.
Dr. Deborah says, I can definitely
multitask.
Really? Okay.
That's right. Vicky says all of them are being done well.
Oh, wow.
We women have to multitask because we have so many tasks.
I believe
that's right.
I believe Vicky really believes this point because she's going to defend this point.
Sheila
I can too multitask.
Sheila says Brian is time conscious. Ask him to not bother you until a certain time. I've tried that.
Try it again because I am time conscious.
He is,
and she's right. Sheila is right.
Very time conscious.
If it's on my calendar, if it's booked, I care about it so much. Okay.
You can see my calendar, and I have things.
I cannot see your calendar. Maybe I could on the old phone, but I can't see your calendar. But I know you see mine. But I don't see your calendar. I never see your calendar.
Sister Birdie says we can multitask, especially women. Absolutely.
Wow, here's another one. Sister Birdie.
Uzama says Sarah by Jonathan Butler.
Yeah.
I can't think of it, but I think I know it.
Right.
But there's words in it.
Okay, so all of it. Lisa,
I don't like songs without words.
Yes,
unless
you
the
do.
Words
Yes, you do.
Become so familiar.
You'll say that, but you'll demonstrate otherwise. Ernest says,
my wife can, I cannot. My mind cannot split into 2 different tasks. I have to agree.
And I can't either, and I don't want to either. Okay. I'm gonna do this or that. I'm not trying to play the piano and cook. Okay, I don't do that kind of stuff.
That's ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous. That's better for me.
No, I'm saying play the piano and cook dinner. That's ridiculous.
What's different about it?
That's ridiculous.
What's different about any of the other stuff you said? Vicky Linnell Evans says,
have you ever had to or seen anybody have to play the piano while they're cooking dinner?
No, I haven't.
Right. But have you seen anybody have to tend the children and talk on the phone while cooking dinner?
And even then, sweetheart.
Anyway.
Sweetheart. She's taking care of the child. Okay, baby, it's okay. Get up, you're fine. And then going back to the phone. She's talking on the phone. Hold on a second. And tending to the child. She's stirring the pot. Hang on a second. Stirring the pot. Then focusing on stirring the pot. And then getting back to the phone. She's bouncing back and forth.
She's not in my kitchen.
She's not doing all those things at the same time.
So sorry.
This is a big argument in my house.
So sorry. That baby is on her hip. That phone is on her
when the baby's on her hip and she's talking on the phone, she's not talking to the baby at the same time.
No, she's not talking to the baby. She's not just holding the baby. She's rocking and comforting the baby while she's stirring the pot and while she's talking on the phone.
How often does that ever happen?
It used to happen almost every night in my house.
Tanya says, same as Brian. It's not on my calendar. It's not right. I don't even know about it if it don't make it to my calendar.
Vicky says, I'm doing it right now. I'm blocking you out, Brian, and listening to Lisa.
Really?
That's multitasking.
But she's rolling laughing as she say it. Okay. Ernest says,
come on, Brian. You can get with this or you can get with that.
One
or the other.
Right.
Sheila says, as women, we must multitask.
Really? You too,
especially if we have children and needy men in our space. No question, not debatable.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm willing to let it go. But I know what I see. Craig says,
good morning, everyone. Have a blessed day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. Working, so I'm listening and doing my thing.
That's not the same thing as multitasking.
Amen. Latanya says, a mom can take care of multiple children, cook, talk on the phone while cleaning. Please say less.
No, she's not. She's cooking and then cleaning. No, she's cooking and cleaning as she's cooking. Yes. She's cooking the chicken, wiping off the counters. Now, not happening at the same time.
God bless you.
Not
true, Brian. She has the phone on speaker and taking care of the baby. Amen. She is doing all of those things. You know, I can even tell you.
And women, period.
Even multitasking, not just multitasking, but multi-handling. When I ask Brian to take something upstairs, if he's got two hands and two things, that's all he wants to take upstairs.
Exactly.
However, I came upstairs last night with 4 bottles, a bag of grapes, and my cup, along with my tablet and my phone.
And then you can't open the door. You can't put nothing down. You end up dropping stuff.
No, come open the door for me. Didn't ask you to open the door. We have a table out there.
This is classic. Okay, let's go there. You want to go there?
Something so that I can open the door.
I will put stuff in my hands and arms and go, but I understand at some point I'm going to need this hand free, so I have to prop it so I can open the door. Okay, Lisa will load herself up and have no option, and then she'll have to stand there and kick or yell and scream, come open the door for me, because she didn't think it out ahead.
I didn't have to think it out. I have a ledge up here that I can set everything down and go open the door and then come back over to the door and put it up
I'm heading upstairs. I got my hands full. I got everything I'm going to carry. Brian, can you bring this too? Could you bring that too? Baby,
you're not going to bring this too and bring that too. Because if you only got 2 hands, you're going to only bring what you're bringing.
And I'm willing to take a separate trip. Come back. I say it to my wife all the time.
Put it in here.
Ernest,
put it in there.
I say,
put
Lisa,
it under here.
Lisa,
put it in there.
Trips,
put the bag of grapes in my teeth.
Lisa, you can come back. Oh my God. Do y'all feel me? I don't operate like that. I know I'm going to need a hand free.
That's right, Latanya said, and it will all be done when the food is ready. Absolutely. It will all be done.
Dr. Deborah.
Multitasking back and forth. It's all week be done when the food is ready. It will all be done when the food is ready. Miss Phyllis says, me and my BFF call each other when doing dishes and folding clothes. Absolutely.
Okay, now
that makes the time pass.
You're talking as folding clothes. That's different. Okay,
Why?
You could do that at the same time. Okay, because folding clothes don't require a whole lot. But if you add in folding clothes, talking to your friend, and doing your taxes, no, you can't do that. You're going to do one or the other. Okay. So maybe it's true.
Lord.
Some things can be multitasking, some things cannot. Not everything.
Brian,
Latanya says, and it all we know when the food is ready. Okay, the
Dr. Deborah says Brian can multitask. He can drive in the fast lane while also cussing out the people who should be in the slow lane. Please say that.
I did a whole trip, Dr.
Sheila said, why have a plan when she get upstairs when you have nothing in your hands upstairs? Whoop! Please say less.
What are you talking about?
And Latanya said it takes 2 hands to fold clothes.
I didn't get Sheila's point right there.
Why have a plan when she gets upstairs when you have nothing in your hands?
You don't know what I'm doing?
Upstairs. You upstairs.
That's all you know.
Are you chained to the bed?
So your plan and Sheila's plan was to do all of this stuff so you can incorporate another person. You're taking a 1-person job, making it a 2-person job. Now, when you're in the military, you take a 1-person job and make it a 2-person job, you're in trouble because you didn't manage it right. If it was something that you should have done by yourself and required someone else to do, you were in trouble in the military.
Good thing I'm not in the military.
I'm helping you though. I'm trying to explain to you.
I don't need that help.
You and both Sheila would be in trouble. Y'all would be what they call smoked in the military. When you do something like that, you make a one person, you get what's called smoked. That means they work your butt out to exhaustion.
That's right, Ernest. He says, not misery chained to the bed. Rose mates. Absolutely. Absolutely.
They had the system called hobbling. Oh, that was a crazy scene.
Sheila said, folding the clothes does not require a lot. What? They have to be put away and organized. Please say it.
Okay.
Amen. Latanya says, that makes sense now on why you think people can't multitask.
Exactly. That's why.
Yeah,
okay.
that must be why.
All right. Well, good. It's 9:44. I didn't know we was going to go down this road today. Okay. Y'all got a glimpse into Usins today. Another glimpse into Usins today. Focus is the topic. And I think it was a good topic.
Craig says, Brian, there's no winning this argument.
Exactly.
Just let them have it. They want the recognition. Give it to them.
That's
and
all.
let it be.
Vicky,
that's what I learned.
Vicky and Lisa, they want to just be recognized for that.
Mm-hmm. I can bring home the bacon.
It's a cool song. That's a cool song.
And never, ever, ever let you forget you the man.
Angelique. Wasn't that a shampoo commercial? Wasn't that
Angelique?
Wasn't that a shampoo or a perfume commercial?
Yeah. You got me trying to remember if I can walk and chew gum at the same time, Lloyd.
You can do that.
But Sheila says basically Brian can't and choose not to multitask.
Exactly. Yes. I want to be able to be good at it.
I have 14 steps in my home. There are some times I only have 14 steps left in me.
Okay.
But there are 28, there are 40 steps worth of tasks that need to be done if I were to do them in 3 separate iterations. Mm-hmm. So I have to decide, how do I get all of this done in one trip? Mm-hmm. Because I don't have 2 more trips in me.
You don't need to do all on one trip. You don't need to do one of those things in one trip or 2 of those things in one trip. You don't have to do them all on one trip. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay. That same scenario you described, put it with me. Some stuff ain't just got to get done right now.
Oh, yeah, because you have that leisure.
Because I'm not coming back downstairs. I've decided when I get up there, whatever I didn't bring with me is just not getting done, okay? Unless I make a new decision to come back, okay? For example, grocery shopping.
Thank you, Latanya. That's grocery why shopping. Women get more done.
I know. Period. Now, Lisa's joked me about this, but she's going to see how wise it is right now, okay? She's found a problem with this before, but now she's going to realize the wisdom of what I'm about to say. So we may have stuff we want to get at the grocery store. We're pushing the cart. Now, as we push the cart, we're in front of the register. One register becomes completely clean. Nobody in line. I can go right up there and be the first person there and be taken care of. That one more item over there, that ice cream or something like that, I no longer need because I don't need to stand in the line anymore. I don't need to bypass this. This is an opportunity that opened up. I'm going to take the first register and go. That's a good idea. What?
That's a good idea if the item that is going to get left is ancillary.
Right.
But if I am making spaghetti, the line is clear, and the one thing that I have to get is the spaghetti.
See, now who's being ridiculously extreme?
I can't do it. I can't with you. Latanya said that's why women get more done. Amen. Yeah. Ernest says, I'll say this. It's the perfect quality for female president, multitasking. That's why these next 4 years about to be lit. Amen. Sheila says, so don't say we can't because you choose.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
Oh my God.
Don't believe women can't.
And we got to do the green song because I got a 10 o'clock appointment. So let's go. This is why we say thank you to our consistent contributors. You guys were wonderful today. Up first today is Miss Sheila Gothard. She has a song.
Sheila, storms are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, that's Sheila Gothard's greeting song because she's a contributor to her lives. She's been around the world and die, ya. That's Tara Lyles.
Been around the world and now, yeah.
Tara Lyles. She's a travel diva.
Amen.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is
So
here.
clear the way.
Miss Phyllis is
Miss
here.
Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis
Now
is
we can
here.
all have a
Miss
great
Phyllis is
day.
here.
Sister Judy Floyd's got a song too.
Oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You're blowing my mind. Hey, Judy. Hey, Judy.
Ava M. Carter, you deserve a song. Ava, come up with a song or a genre where we can put your name Ava in or Ava Carter in.
Ava is action.
That's Ava? That's what you gonna go with?
I'm trying to think of flop and not be flop. I can't think of the last words in here.
No one knows what those words are. But go ahead. Birdie, you deserve a song too. Uzama has a jam.
Bitcoin King, he's a Bitcoin King. Uzama, Bitcoin King, he's a Bitcoin King. Uzama.
All of that is included in his song, the dance, everything. But Birdie, you deserve a song. Help us find you one. Ava, you deserve one as well. Help us find you one. Avenue Surgical Instruments is actually on Tanobi. This is one we all can participate in. Sit up straight into your chair. Take a lot of air into your body and say, thank you, Watanobe. Okay. We did
Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach.
That's Dr. Deborah's greeting jam. We passed somebody.
You think we just passed somebody?
No, we didn't. Keep going. Back. Okay. Judy, we did Judy.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Jennifer Robinson, does she have a jam?
No.
Okay, Jennifer, you deserve one too.
Or Jenny.
Isn't that Benny's?
Oh yeah, that's Benny. Right.
I don't mind. Okay.
No, it was Jenny's other song. Jennifer. Jenny.
It was Benny with the text.
Yeah, that's right.
Dr. Beverly has a logo. Dr. Beverly is on the show. And Dr. Beverly, good morning to you and the rest of your crew. Judy Floyd's got a jam. We did that already. Okay. William Brown has one too. Good morning to our friend Will.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will.
Our friend Will.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Ernest James Usher III has a jam too. If you need web designing
or some digital marketing, don't call me.
Call Ernest James Usher. Ernest James Usher. That's his jam.
Ernest's dad had a birthday last weekend, and I said, happy birthday to the producer of the threequel.
Now, LaTanya Blackman has a song, and I remember what it is.
LaTanya Blackman, the champion of family.
But we need to incorporate, she's a real estate professional.
I think that's still family, the champion, because she's finding houses and homes for families.
Okay.
I think it still works.
I'm not going to argue that point. Okay.
Good. Don't argue any points. None. Just
except
none.
for the ones I want. Vicki Evans rocks. Steady rocking all night long. Vicki Evans rocks. Steady rocking to the break of
rocking to the break of dawn.
Good morning, Miss Vicki Evans.
Absolutely. We got that one. Got Azama, got LaTanya, got
Craig. We didn't do Craig.
He hasn't come up yet.
Okay, but I just thought of him.
We had a lot of engagement.
We had a great time with you guys.
A lot of engagement. Thank you guys for all of your comments or whatever. Craig
Saab, 1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees.
And you'll be burning, begging, please.
Brother Freeze.
Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can build a tape. Craig Saab, that's his logo, y'all.
He got both.
Both of them. BOFFVM is a good Scrabble word. BOFFVM. That stands for both of them.
Sheila is loving her song, and Ernest says, now Brian, don't try to sing past these comments, man. These women gonna get you, man. Amen. Craig says, is there anyone here, Charlotte, North Carolina, a realtor? If so, please contact
LaTanya
me.
Blackman's a realtor.
571-575-1086. LaTanya, Craig is your man, and you should reach out.
You guys got to connect.
Vice versa, absolutely. Okay. Craig, I'll connect you with LaTanya
also loves
well.
Ernest's song. She says thank you. She's just laughing about something. Vicky says good morning again. Please scroll.
And Ernest says, LaTanya Blackman, thank you. They are an amazing duo. Well, thank you.
I'm telling you, Ernest does have an amazing jam, but Ernest helped us with his jam. He found it himself, recorded it and sent it to us, and we, Brian and Lisa-ized it. He helped us. So for those of you who don't have a jam, please help us.
Help you. Absolutely.
We older. We got probably 60 plus songs in our head.
I want to get Ava some reggae, some old school reggae, some like the old school like Action or something from Petra or I don't know.
Bob Marley maybe?
That is not reggae.
Bob Marley's not reggae.
That is not dance hall reggae.
Okay, it's not dance hall,
or
but it's definitely reggae.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of reggae. Those are not what we were talking
almost lost it. She almost blasphemed in here.
Don't be ridiculous.
You almost blasphemed. I gotta go.
We love you. We mean it. We will see you on tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. And in the meantime, and in between time, don't forget to have sex.
Peace.